Here on Open for Business, we enjoy talking with the CEO and president of the South Bend Regional Chamber of Commerce, Jeff Ray, about developments, and it's good to talk to you again.
Nice to be with you, Charlie. Thank you.
I want to talk about economic development, and there's several ways you can go here to let folks know about what's happening, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, I think, obviously projects like the electric vehicle battery plant have got a lot of attention, but it's important to know there's just a ton of other activity happening too. So in Mishawaka, for example, they just broke ground on the mill phase 2. They'll add 350 new apartments downtown Mishawaka. Beacon Health Systems building a 10-story tower downtown South Bend, a $250 million investment. New owner for Bio, or the old ethanol plant, where they're going to invest $230 million out there. If you're on the bypass, you see the northwest side of South Bend, some considerable industrial space happening out there. You're seeing housing happening around campus and a lot of different places. So the good news overall economy is there's a lot of activity happening, a lot of work if you're in the construction trades or stuff. And then what we hope more than anything is future job opportunities for our community.
Let's talk about job opportunities and how the schools here can grow with the growth. And when you talk to school leaders, when you talk to these business development, what are some of the things you're learning that in the future, into the 2030s and beyond, we can even improve or develop within schools?
It's interesting. I think this leads well into this discussion we're having about the development of a countywide career center. We're the largest county in Indiana without a career center.
Okay.
And each of the schools is doing a terrific job in career and technical education, but it's hard sometimes to do it alone. They can't offer the latest state-of-the-art, most sophisticated equipment and such. So I think in the next 2 years, you'll see the development of a career center that will include people like South Bend Community Schools and Penn and Mishawaka and the Catholic schools and others all have a chance to plug into that, which we think gives students a better platform to plug into some of these emerging industries or technologies that exist out there. They'll still be part of their original school and take core classes there, but then have this career center opportunity that kind of elevates their skill level and gets them better prepared for a job opportunity.
When you talk about the future, even going 20 years, how is South Bend and the region situated for that growth?
We think good. In fact, we think that the preference is going to be communities like the South Bend, Mishawaka area. And I would say size matters. There was a period where everybody wanted to go to the big city and be part of that. But post-pandemic, the smaller towns, I'm seeking quality of place. I'm seeking good neighborhoods. I'm seeking good schools. I'm seeking a good job where I can make a living. And so we're seeing a lot of investment in quality of place, in particular, where we attract those families that want to come back. So I think good. We've got to continue to evolve. And I'll just use an example. We're a heavy auto part manufacturer, for example, right now. As autos change and they go more electric and less, they need a lot less parts. And so our companies have to be evolving. And I think I sense from being in those companies that they're evolving, they're preparing for that next generation in some of those emerging industries.
When you talk about young people, as they go through school and what these employers are looking for, beyond knowing a skill, what are some of the other, sometimes they're called soft skills, but team player, attitude? When you talk to business developers, what is really important in the future there?
Yeah, it's interesting because I will tell you, they ask that question more than any other question, probably in terms of, they used to ask about taxes and utilities and transportation and all those kind of things. Education, workforce, top 2 questions. Now, they all want to know about, again, the basic skill levels, kind of what classes. I'm telling them how many are enrolled in 5th grade and Project Lead the Way, and how many are in 7th grade doing this, and how many in 9th grade are doing that. But yeah, more importantly, it's the work ethic, and perhaps what made our area so strong a long time ago was that good, hardworking Midwest work ethic. And so I think they're hoping that we can teach them most of the skills that they need. Workforces have become very automated, but we still need critical thinkers. So I think critical thinking, problem solving, some of those things become part of that to go along with this attitude thing. So employers are also recognizing they need to play a bigger role in terms of developing this. I think there was a period of time where they sort of let somebody else train them and then give them to me ready to go. And they said, no, I need to have a bigger role in doing that.
The South Bend Regional Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Jeff Ray, we enjoy talking to you from time to time here on the show. Any final thoughts as we approach 2024 and words you can share for the folks out there watching?
Yeah, I think be encouraged. I think, that if you're watching national news, everybody's worried about whether it be elections or UAW strike or inflation or whatever. The indicators we're seeing are really positive. I think to hang in there, and I think 2024 is going to be a great year.
And again, for folks that want to follow up and learn more about the Chamber, what's the best way?
Yeah, sbrchamber.com, links to all of our social media platforms. You can see where our events are. We hope that you'll take a chance to.
And you've got a podcast going there.
I do. We have a Behind the Region podcast, just as we're looking to tell stories, if you will. How do we dive deeper into businesses and help them share their stories, and hopefully we can inspire other business leaders. So look for the Behind the Region podcast on most major podcast platforms.
Always good to talk with you, Jeff. Your enthusiasm is contagious.
Great to see you, Charlie. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on Open for Business.
MHC Life is thrilled to announce the launch of our newest pack, the Detox Pack. This pack is specially designed to help you remove toxins from your body, improve your energy levels, and balance your digestive system, leaving you feeling refreshed and rejuvenated. The Detox Pack includes mineral concentrate, Sol-U-C, liquid multigel, Candida Balance. Don't wait to start feeling your best. Call now to experience the benefits of a cleaner, healthier body.
Today we're here at the St. Joe County Police Department. We're going to be hearing from some of their officers soon as they share their stories and their journey. You may have seen them in the community and they're here to help us, but now they need your help. And you're going to listen to some of the things that you can do to help your own community and become part of their family.
My name is Rachel Zawistowski. I am the Assistant Warden.
My name is Garrett Fields, and I'm the Assistant Chief here at the department.
My name is Emily Eads, and I am a detective with the St. Joe County Police Department.
My name is Diana Munoz, and I'm a correctional officer at the St. Joseph County Jail.
My name is Marshall Dungy, and I work 3rd Detail Road Patrol.
What does the Assistant Warden do?
I oversee the operations of the facility. I am the supervisor over the supervisors. I help write policies, that kind of stuff.
I oversee the workings of the jail right now, and I'm also in charge of our SRO officers. We have 2 at Penn High School, and then we have 1 guy that works at Clay High School. So they kind of report to me on top of the 133 employees that I have downstairs.
That's a big responsibility.
It is, it is.
And what do you do on road patrol?
Oh, well, patrol the county. Have fun doing it. Respond to different calls and go out and try to make a difference best I can.
I'm a correctional officer. I've been here for 4 years. As you interact with inmates on a daily basis, I became a field training officer, so like when we get new people in, I train them. And then I've also became part of the DRT team, which is the detention response team. And I'm currently now a booking officer, so when different police departments bring in arrestees, I gotta deal with them and deal with the paperwork and all that kind of stuff.
And you're tough. It's like, look at you, but I mean, don't mess with her, guys. And how long have you been with this particular department?
I've been with St. Joe County for about 3 years now.
So is there room for advancement in what you do?
Absolutely. So I'll be in corporal next year with the department, but at any point in time I can always put in for advancements as a sergeant's position or any other position here at the department.
How many steps up can you go, and what's the advancement that you can get to?
The highest I can go in here is the warden. So I have been just a regular correctional officer, then I was a sergeant, then I was a lieutenant for a short period, and now I'm the captain, which is the assistant warden.
So what are your goals? Do you want to do something after this within the department? Or?
Yeah, I want to be a police officer. That's my biggest goal, so I'm aiming for that. So that's what I really want to do.
What would make somebody want to come here as opposed to another police department?
I know this is going to sound funny, but it's a family atmosphere here. We all kind of get along.
You guys, I saw you earlier. And it is like a family here.
We razz each other a lot. We have a lot of serious stuff that we have to do every day, but we also joke. We are very supportive of each other. You know, we spend more time with each other than we do our own families, so.
I have to say, so you guys, I saw there was something you guys were having lemonade and hanging out in the break room. What's with the lemonade?
You know, sometimes life gives you lemons, so you just gotta make lemonade.
I like that.
Sometimes it's good to get together and decompress, have some time to, make jokes and relax and kind of reflect on the day as a whole, as a family. So that's what we were kind of doing, just being personal with each other and having a good time laughing.
Cheers. And I saw you guys earlier interacting, and it really is like one big happy family here.
Yes.
So what would you recommend or suggest if somebody is looking into, hey, I want to get a job, why would they choose this place?
We're a very tight-knit department. We're all close, from the jail to the road patrol to the other divisions. We all talk, we hang out, we stay close. We're very supportive of each other on and off duty. We razz each other, and we're all just kind of like siblings.
So what made you decide to apply here and become a part of the St. Joe County Police Department?
I've always heard from, whether it be from family members or friends of my family members, that the county police has just an overall good reputation. The people that work for the department are very personable, very respectful. For me, it's the family aspect of things. I've always felt like this department has had my back, and everyone that I've met here that I work well with, we're very respectable, and like I said, I feel like a family.
What does somebody have to do to apply here? What's their background? What do they need?
No felony on their record, and then you have to have a GED and or high school diploma.
Okay. What's the age requirement that someone has to be?
In the past, it used to be 21 because we felt like at 21 you were a little more mature, but now we've lowered it to 18. And part of the 18 issue was when I was working in the high school, a lot of those kids asked me about police work. So a lot of kids that I interacted with at the high school are now working here. So I think being in the schools kind of helped, lead some kids into this profession.
So you want to get good people coming in here?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
What's the right kind of candidate?
Just a hard worker that wants to help the community.
Thank you to all of our officers for sharing their great stories. And if you want to learn how you can be part of this community and part of their family, go to the website for more information.
Just graduating high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $39,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Cynthia Guest at 574-245-6263 or apply at SJCPD.org.
Welcome back to Open for Business. It's Chuck Freeby, joined by Kent Laudeman, who is the director of the Suicide Prevention Center for St. Joseph County. And Kent, we've seen ads run during sporting events from the Indianapolis Colts talking about taking away the stigma of mental health and talking about that and depression. What kind of things are you and your area working on about taking away the stigma of talking about mental health and suicide?
Well, it's certainly something we need to talk about. There's no question about that. So I do a yellow ribbon program in school for junior high school, senior high school students, mostly in health classes. And it's a 1-hour presentation, and basically we kind of focus on, I can save a life, you can save a life, we can save a life if we know what to do. So talking about it is getting rid of stigma, okay? And my background as such is that I'm a survivor, 3 suicide losses and battle buddies as far as armed forces are concerned. I also do a suicide survivor support group, so I can identify with that group. I do a pretty good job with kids because I can bring my Army background in as far as some stories are concerned. So it's something we just need to talk about, okay? Get out there.
You mentioned the suicides that you have been unfortunate to see from people that you know. What were some of the risk factors and warning signs that we should know about? What are some of the things that we can do to be active in suicide prevention?
Well, we know that risk factors are there for young people. Suicide numbers were going down in 2019, 2020, and all of a sudden, CDC report now in 2021 and 22, they're inching back up 3% in that area. In fact, 2021 it was up for young people by 8%. And of course, COVID had some impact on that. So one of the risk factors, I think, is not being connected. I mean, you have to have friends, family, friends you can talk to, you can get help from, etc. But basically, probably a primary risk factor, if somebody is looking for a way to die by suicide or kill themselves, either online or asking questions, I mean, that's pretty much a red flag.
So now once we get to once we get to intervention then for that, what are some of the steps that can be taken both on a local and national basis for suicide intervention?
So intervention, we've got local resources, which would be Oak Lawn's walk-in services, and there's 2 evenings that are open. There's the emergency room. We know the crisis center is now coming next to Epworth there, and that's going to be 14 reclining chairs where we can bring somebody in. Police officer could drop somebody off, family member could bring somebody in, and do an assessment and say, hey, how serious is this particular thought as far as ideation is concerned? Do you have a plan? Have you attempted? And one of those risk factors is if you've attempted in the past, that's another strong red flag that we need to be listening to, okay? Now, there's also, nationally speaking, 988. Used to be 1-800. I never remembered the 7 number. I just remembered to spell suicide, okay? But now it's 980. You can chat, you can text, and you can talk. Any one of those 3. And there's 741 for texting, a direct line for texting. So, and that's 24/7, 365. I mean, for me as an Army person, Armed Forces, that's a battle buddy.
Sure.
That if I'm talking to somebody and I suspect they're thinking about suicide, and I'll say to them, hey, do you mind if I call the crisis line and bring a third party into this? And I've done that several times. When I'm unsure about where that person is at in terms of thinking, maybe planning, and do they have the means? So that resource person, a battle buddy for me, battle buddy for you, anybody is there for help and assistance 24/7, 365.
After the battle, when you had gone through that as a survivor, having seen people go through that, what kind of mental health things were available for you as a survivor?
Well, I really didn't because of the stigma on the first one. First battle buddy to suicide was Vietnam, so that's a long time ago. I mean, we weren't talking about it a whole lot. The most recent one was Jason Rhodes, the commander of the Marine Corps League here in town. And one day he was supposed to be back. The Marine Corps League didn't come back, went looking for him, and found out he had died by suicide. So one, we need to, for survivors, know that there are services out there. And almost every county, Plymouth, LaPorte, Goshen, has a suicide survivor support group. And I do a suicide survivor support group. That grief for that survivor is very unique. It's unlike somebody that dies from, let's say, heart disease, cancer, anything like that, okay? Because we know the why. But somebody that dies by suicide, no, the survivor just has a hard time and they want to know the why. And they want to know, gee, did I miss some risk factors there? So there's some guilt that they're dealing with.
Right.
I mean, it's a unique kind of grief that they struggle with.
So what other resources are out there besides your center?
So beside those suicide survivors support groups, you can go online with the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, AFSP. AAS, American Association for Suicidology, is out there, okay? And they have virtual support kind of groups and services that are available to survivors. And tape conversation where past survivors have talked about their life, how they got it together after that. And grief stays on. I got somebody in my group that lost her mother almost 30 years ago. So it's a unique kind of grief that we're dealing with.
Well, Kent's programs are offered as part of United Health Services. And if you wish to learn more about these suicide prevention programs, we encourage you to go online to uhs-in.org/programs/suicide prevention.
Jesus' instructions were simple. We are to be a light for all to see. Spread the word distributes God's word, the light of Christ, with intention and focus. We need your help to do more and to reach more people. Visit the new BiblesForAll.org website to partner with us and help shine that light. BiblesForAll.org. Give today to share the enduring Word of God and help share God's love and spread the word.
This is Charlie for Open for Business.
in South Central Elkhart at Church Community Services. Over half a century of making a difference and helping those in need. We're going to show you their programs such as Seed to Feed and Soup for Success. During good times and times like now when business is down, rest assured Church Community Services, they're open for business. So inspiring to be here at Church Community Services with Executive Director Keith Sarber. This has been a blessing to so many in Elkhart County. Share with us the meaning of it, the impact in the future.
The organization has been around for just over 55 years. It was founded by 11 local churches around and nearby inner city Elkhart. That has expanded and grown. The services have expanded and grown. We're serving thousands of people a week with a variety of needs.
Keith, we're going to talk to some of the leaders here. Give us a description of who we'll see.
Yeah, so you'll be talking today with Betsy Airy, who's the director of Soup of Success.
Okay.
Been with us for 25 years and founded the program. You'll be talking with Michael Downing, food services director. He's in charge of the warehouse and the pantry. And you'll be talking with Erica Coppins, who's our newest addition to the staff. She is the Seed to Feed director.
I am so excited to be inside Soup of Success with Betsy Airy, the director. I don't know how to describe this place. Where do you start about everything that's offered here to help people?
There's so much, right? We are an empowerment program for women in Elkhart County, and we teach them career counseling, different skill sets, classes on computers or money management, lots of different kind of holistic trainings. And then they also run a small social enterprise. And that's what you're in at the moment. You're inside our little store, and we sell and produce soup mixes, cookies, and dip mixes. And then we take wool sweaters and turn them into one-of-a-kind amazing mittens and trees.
Betsy, let's talk about Soup of Success and Church Community Services as a team and how it helps.
Well, CCS is the agency, and we are one of 4 programs.
Okay.
And so our store that you're in at the moment is inside Church Community Services at 907 Oakland Avenue. And people can come and shop Monday through Friday from 9 to 5.
With Frank Lucchese now, Developmental Director, tell me first of all when you first saw the impact of what's happening here.
The biggest thing is my wife and I were always donors to Church Community Services. Until I walked in the door and saw behind the scenes, I had no idea how many people we actually impacted here, from our food pantry to our Soup of Success to the financial services, and then also with the greenhouse for our the Seed to Feed. It's just amazing how many people that you never knew how we affected them.
With Michael Downing, Food Services Director of Church Community Services. And Michael, tell us all about this and what's offered.
Church Community Services, this is the warehouse where a lot of magic takes place, a lot of food storage from various sources. And then also there's production that takes place here on the tables that you can see in the background where we actually pack our bags. A wonderful place where volunteers come, serve, give of their time and even their finances. To make food distribution possible to approximately about 1,500 to sometimes 1,700 a month.
My goodness, and in these times lately, it's been more important, right? Because with the inflation and other factors.
Yeah, unfortunately, the pantry is starting to become the next stop after the grocery store. Whereas before we were always considered a crisis or a resource center, but now it's absolutely almost a necessity to come by here and pay the food pantry a visit.
How have you seen this impact Elkhart County when you look throughout with all the programs?
Well, you know, the biggest thing is that as we know, I talk to people out here, we see that the economy has gone a little bit stagnant. And so when that happens, our lines get longer. Mm-hmm. And so that's what we're seeing, people that have never had to stand in our lines before. And that's where it sort of hits home when you see people that have nowhere else to go, don't know exactly what their next chance to eat or for their family. So that's really the biggest impact that we're seeing.
Our tour of church community services continues at Seed to Feed with the director, Erica Coppins. And Erica, tell everybody about this wonderful service and what it is.
Well, we're standing right now in our new production greenhouse. This is our latest addition to Seed to Feed. We're opening up a micro farm here, and we're trying to see how much produce we can grow per square inch on our property here at CCS. And we're also going to be starting to grow year-round, so there will be no pause in our production in the pantry for the cold months. We just harvested our first load out of the greenhouse, and we looked at 12 pounds of greens that came out last week, and that'll just continue to roll through the winter.
And there are 24 locations around Elkhart County of this?
There are. We have over 24 locations throughout Elkhart County, and we have a really interesting system where some of our gardens are outside of our area, so they're going directly to the food pantries that they're located in. We have gardens in Bristol, we have gardens in Middlebury, we have gardens in Napanee. They're all contributing to those local pantries as well.
What are some things that are standing out in the year 2023 going into 2024 that are pressing needs for you or things that are happening now?
So we still see dramatic increases in folks reaching out for help with food. We see in our financial services department people in need of rental assistance and much higher amounts than we've ever experienced in the past. So rents have increased, and eviction notices, the cost to keep people in their homes has grown, as well as utilities. Inflation has hit families hard in Elkhart County.
Keith, for those that have been watching this segment and seen us get around the grounds here, how can they follow up?
You can go to churchcommunityservices.org, or you can go to give2ccs.com and click on to make a donation. You can find Church Community Services on Facebook and Instagram, and you can find Soup of Success on Facebook, and you can find Seed to Feed on Facebook.
Thanks for watching. If your business would like to be featured on an upcoming episode, email us at openforbusiness@WHME-TV46.com. We'll see you next time. We're open for business.